Good morning, church family. Let's keep studying the Pioneers meetings of prayer so that we can draw more from that. We understood in the last video, and if you didn't watch last video, please go there and watch the last video. It's very important for you to catch what we are saying here. And I want you to this video is going to be short. I want you to understand that what is the main thing that we can be praying together for. This is the thing. We have to pray for people around us, people who is in need around us, people who requested a prayer around us. They need the intervention of God and they ask us to pray for them. Of course, we need to do this. And we need to pray for what's going on right now in our communities, what's going on right now in a local church, in your neighborhood, in our city, in our country. All these things, they are good points to pray, and there are many others. But together, we should be asking God for one thing. What thing is this? I want to start by just using two quotes from the testimony of Ellen White about the prayer meetings that they had on the middle of the 19th century. And one of the quotes says that, just a summary from what we said last video, to put away pride and to put away strife after supremacy and humble the heart before God. So this is a text that talks a lot about humbleness and talks a lot about putting away pride, because this is very important for us. There is no discussion, there is no debate, there is no dialogue, there is no search in the scripture if pride is at the scene. Okay, or any strife after supremacy at the church, right? If we don't have humble hearts, God is not going to answer us. But this is the thing that I want to highlight. It is the coldness of heart, the unbelief of those who ought to have faith that keeps the church in feebleness. What's she saying here? She's saying that there is a coldness of heart that is manifested because there is an unbelief with people that says that they have faith. What she's saying here, what she's talking about, is that some people can be on the church, say that they have faith, but they don't really believe in prayer. They don't really believe in the miracles of the Holy Spirit. They don't really believe that God is going to intervene. They don't really believe. They are starting to have a faith that is more materialist, there's more rational, there's more like trying to rationalize the acts of God. And they are trying to find answers in logic, in reason, and more they are relying on this instead of relying on God. And they think they can solve the church, for example, by organizing the church or learning how to manage an institution. But she's telling us that this is what's keeping the church feeble. Okay? So the church is feeble because we have people that say that they believe, but they don't really believe. And why is that? Because they have everything. They talk good about God. They have beautiful sermons. They have beautiful studies. They write books. They do manage the church very well. And they do a lot of these things. But there is a type of pride in there. And there is an unbelief in the supernatural actions of God. And a cold heart. This is the best way to describe a cold heart. They would never assume that they don't believe in miracles or supernatural. But they don't. You see? Because their heart is kind of cold. They lay in a state where they think everything is tangible in their minds, but they cannot accept the interventions of God. Therefore, they believe they do a lot of things at the church, but they don't pray much. You don't spend a lot of time with God. and they keep doing things in their own ways. This is keeping the church feeble. I'm spending too much time on them because what I wanted to tell you is this. She says, we did not generally study together more than 4 hours at a time. It's important. So they have consciousness that after 4 hours things starts to get hard, right? But yet sometimes the entire night was spent in solemn investigation of the scriptures, that we might understand the truth for our time. This is the part I want to come to. We might understand the truth for our time. This means that we have one thing to pray together. We need to understand what to do. We need to understand what is that God is calling truth in the times we are right now. What it is this? What is the direction, Lord? And the reason why I'm telling you this with the idea of the feebleness of the church is because sometimes we're seeking the answer in the wrong place. We're seeking the answer with very good administrators of the companies in the world. Sometimes we are looking for very good books of leadership. Sometimes we're searching miracle idea of organization, miracle event to do it at our church, and so many things that we rely as a resource to find this answer here, to place the church in a relevant place once again, to be helpful in the times we are. But what we should be doing, in fact, is asking God and doing this together and doing this as one. This is what we should be doing. This is the direction we should be targeting while we are praying for our community, for our Christianity life, for our discipleship. We should be asking God, what is the direction that He wants us all to go into? And He will reply.